Well, hey, you guys. So there is a popular term going around the internet lately, and it's something called stealth wealth. And social media, they love a good rhyming phrase, don't they? Okay, today I want to talk about what this term actually means, and is stealth wealth a good thing? And how do you know if you have it? And be sure to stay till the end, because the last item on the list that I'm going to share happens to be the number one wealth building tip that I stand behind, and you don't want to miss that. Okay, first, what does stealth wealth mean? Well, according to Google, is trying to keep your wealth under wraps by rejecting flashy indicators of affluence and trying blending in instead. So it kind of sounds like quiet luxury. You know, we heard that term for a while. Or when last year, TikTok told everybody that money talks, but wealth whispers. And I kind of love that because there is a truth to it, right? Like you kind of joke about like old money and new money. And like, if you're new to this, you're going to be flashier. But if it's just part of you, you're secure in it, you kind of go more, under the radar. So this stealth wealth term, it's trending. So why should we care about it? Well, I talk about living below your means a lot, and stealth wealth is a really great example of this. It's really choosing to value the parts of life that actually matter instead of just blowing your money on material things that aren't going to last. And when you spend less than you technically could in certain areas, think about food or clothing, housing, cars, suddenly you have margin for bigger financial goals that are actually going to help you when it comes to investing and saving, even giving. Also, there's just something really great about people who just kind of seem humble, right? There's a level of humility with stealth wealth because they're not trying to impress everybody. And we all love that, right? Those are our kind of favorite people in the world, people with humility. And I know you know someone that you were absolutely shocked to find out that they were really wealthy. And you're like, what? No way. They're so great. Like, I don't know, just never knew that about them. And that speaks volumes to their character, which is what we love, right? Okay, let's look at some examples just for fun when it comes to stealth wealth. And let me know in the comments what you think, because I'm really curious, like if you see some of this or if you have other ones besides just this list. All right, here are some habits of stealth wealth. Number one, their belongings are worn in and well-loved. So no brand new designer items all the time, like their expensive boots and belts and totes are really worn in, they're used. And they don't feel like, okay, I have to keep it in pristine condition because let's be honest, they have money to replace it if it breaks. So they're using their stuff. Number two, not talking about what you do for a living or how you made your money. So people who are actually doing well financially, they sometimes, keep those details close to the chest because it's one of these things it's a part of their life, but it's not like the number one thing that they're obsessed with. Number three, dressing in nice, under-the-radar brands and not flashy logos or patterns. So, you think about like a Birkin bag versus a Louis Vuitton. Louis, you got the pattern. People see the loud print, they know. Versus the Birkin is like, you have to like kind of know if you know, that kind of thing, You think about the juicy couture tracksuits back in the day. It's like people knew exactly what that was, right? It's very obvious. Versus somebody that's like, oh yeah, I'll just wear an Oxford white shirt without a logo and I'm good to go. All right, number four, no attention-grabbing posts on social media. So again, there's no reason to flaunt your awesome lifestyle on social media when you're actually experiencing success in real life. There's not this need of validation to make sure everybody knows what it is and what I have and here's everything. They're more under the radar and they're comfortable with themselves. We like that. Number five, subtle generosity. So buying other people's dinners, helping out loved ones, with big expenses and things that they're like, hey, they're wise and probably have boundaries, not being taken advantage of, but they also are very generous and they're going to take care of those around them. If they see people out at dinner, it's like, sure, we'll pick up their bill or we're going to tip the valet person, like, great. And it's just kind of this, you're going to take care of the people around you. It's really great. Number six, secure and confident oozes out of them. So they have something about them where they're very secure. We've talked about this already, but again, there's something about them. There's an insecurity that is created with some people with money and their need for you to know, which again, can be all the flashy logos or posting on social media, every little thing they're doing to be validated. But again, this confidence oozes with stealth wealth. They're good. They're stealth. Number seven, prioritize health. So prioritizing yourself, meaning taking better care of yourself. And financially successful people, they do that. They use their money to better themselves. So we see that a lot. Number 8, own real art or collected furniture. So instead of printed art from, Target and a plastic poster frame, wealthy people will have collectible pieces, whether it's art or rugs or furniture or antiques. Professional photography that's custom matted and framed. A fairly heirloom that's a piece of furniture. Like, they keep that kind of stuff and they value those kind of things. All right, number 9. A small circle of trusted friends. So they're smart about who they surround themselves with, and they're very loyal people. So good company is a hidden secret to success, and have control over the influences that you surround yourself with. And people that, again, are very wealthy, and it's more that stealth wealth, they have good friends. They have people around them that know them, but they're not worried about, what everyone's thinking and being in the in crowd. They have their people. Number 10, they read a lot. Oh my gosh, this is so Rachel. I love this. So successful people, financially or otherwise, typically are very informed. They're cultured. They're well-read. A lot of entrepreneurs, for instance, are very curious people. So we do find that successful people tend to read a lot, which I love. Now, what I choose to read is about murder and all those things. It's my books. But usually nonfiction, we got to dive into every now and then, So whether it's about money or spirituality or business or leadership, like getting some of those books are important as well. Number 11, they travel light and keep it simple. So just think of Steve Jobs, right? You kind of have these outfits that are pretty predictable, minimal living in a sense that you're like, I don't need a bunch of stuff to make me happy. They kind of cut out the excess of things and they're very comfortable with what they have, kind of on a minimal scale, which we love. Number 12, they have regular cars or nice cars in a neutral color. Isn't that interesting? So this checks out, actually. Ramsey came to the same conclusion years ago when we did our national study of millionaires, and most net worth millionaires drive regular cars that they've owned for years. They prioritize putting their money in long-term proven investments rather than depreciating assets like a car. So usually, not always, but possibly the flashier, crazier the car, that's not stealth wealth. And you do question, the guy that's driving the 10-year-old Mercedes, he's just going along. He's great. He doesn't need the new flashy car. All right, now I want to share, though, the one habit of stealth wealth that I really believe in. And I love that this is on the list. Number 13, wealthy people always follow an intentional spending plan, which is a budget, you guys. See, a budget is for everyone. Whether you're winning with money, losing with money, have a lot of debt, don't, wealthy, not, it's for everyone. And it's the easiest way to get control of your money. So if you need to check out a budget, make sure to check out our budgeting app, EveryDollar. It is phenomenal. Seriously, it is one of these things that you get in your life. You have control over your money, you do a budget, and it is so, so great. So to make sure to check that out, go to everydollar.com/Rachel and build your first budget for free. So the common thread, though, with this list that I think is important is that when you're truly financially secure, you don't feel the need to announce everything to the world of what you're doing. And if you've ever heard the saying, confidence is quiet, insecurities are loud, can go for money too. And that's exactly what financial peace is, though. It is being at peace with your money so you don't feel the need to compare and worry about your circumstances and making sure everyone knows everything, right? It's just this peace that you have with yourself and your family, and it's a beautiful thing. So if you have not checked out my episode on 10 things frugal people avoid at all costs, make sure to do that and click the link below for EveryDollar. All right, you guys, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.